right, and let's get started. The finals of the LCS 33v3 start right now. So would you give us a rundown of these two players? We're starting with game A, with seed A. I think we haven't seen actually a whole lot of this matchup. I know it's Dino versus Dragons, but if you can give us a little bit more information.
So typically speaking, Dino has a very bad Dragon Link matchup as it stands because Tiding dealt with the majority of Dino's win condition against previous Dragon iterations, and that was Mystic Mine. But this specific build that we've been seeing from this team has had a lot of interesting techs to potentially just grind through the Dragon deck or just flood it out in various means. And this is actually something I wanted to pay attention to. I'm not sure who won the role, but Dino is going first. And I think this is a strategy that they had. Like if they were playing against Dragon, they knew what they wanted to do. They didn't want to play into the board because the board at this point does beat Dino very well, but they might be going for a different strategy here, not ending on this typical Dolka Pankratops conductor board. They're going for a lot more here, and I think we're going to see it this turn. I'm not going to spoil it, I guess, for those in YouTube. We've seen it a little bit in Swiss, but I'll let it happen this time.
Yeah, and we see a call by Grave on the Ashe, which is absolutely gross for this.
Yeah.
Like that's a huge, huge swing for this deck specifically.
Yeah.
Ashe is usually one of those hand traps that are pretty ubiquitous but lower impact. Against Dinosaur specifically, Ashe is backbreaking. So having the one of called by to stop Ashe is I could not ask for more, to be honest, if I'm playing Dino here.
A deck that lives and dies by the miscellaneous
I am
source,
on top of the world.
Protect that effect.
Yeah. So it's very likely we
see.
there
it is. Looks like he's going to be link summoning what I assume is a Dagda. If he puts it on the board, there it is.
We see the Dagda.
There's the pill.
Banishing the Giant Rex. That's going to come. It's going to make its way back. That Ashe that Call by the Grave was huge. That was the difference between probably just killing him next turn and being unable to play a single card. Right? That Call by the Grave was. Oof.
Now, this is rough. This is definitely a strong way to play against Dragon, cutting them off of their extra deck immediately, able to make the Tornado Dragon here. And, typically Dragon isn't playing cards like Droplet to really deal with this. They're playing Dark Ruler, and this is a way to play around Dark Ruler as well.
These trigger effects that happen, these lingering effects that'll trigger, and if there's not an immediate response to them, there is no way to turn them off. So...
Cosmic is an interesting card that works in this matchup. I suppose at this point, this is where you get cards like Skullmeister and Bell to do a lot more.
Yeah.
But, probably just not in your deck. Probably shouldn't be in your Dragon deck.
Very unlikely, especially in the main. Ashe is about as far as I go. And even then. And that's game one.
That's game. Very quickly.
Let's hop on over to, I guess... I think the other two matchups are Prank Kids versus Dinosaur for both of them.
Yeah.
So let's just hop on. Let's just pick one at random. All right, so it looks like there was an Ashe for the Prank Kid, and then Pandemonium came down, so he gets to keep going. Lightning Storm.
All right, this is Paulo's game?
First action. Yeah, this is Paulo's game, yeah. So first action, Lightning Storm, likely going to respond with Pandemonium in some regard. But
right, because you don't have to trigger the Prank Kids to special summon, but you still trigger their effects to get the first effect, which is not the special summon effect, but just rather the life gain or the draw or the send or whatever. But as we've seen, the Prank Kids cards are not preventing Dino from doing anything that it wants to do. And even under Prosperity, they are able to find lethal, which is sometimes just 20,000 damage.
Yeah, actually 20,000.
He hasn't Prosperity yet, so he only has to do a measly 9,000. Chump change for Dino.
Soon to be 10,000. Maybe he fuses with the Lampsies.
Yeah.
Or the Dropsies, I mean, yeah.
Oh, see, this is cool. He's consolidating the board, making it so he has as few monsters on the field as possible. He gets to gain 1,000 life points and dump another card to the grave.
Yeah. Electing not to summon either monster, just as you said, definitely going to... Does not want to put any more monsters on the field.
So... Going through this tournament, these are the matchups I've been really wanting to see because of how popular this Dino deck has been, or how much it's been shown is how like I wanted to see how they were tackling the dragon matchup. I assumed that they were trying to go first and set up the scythe play, which we saw in the other side, which we haven't actually been able to see until this finals right here in the specifically versus dragon matchup. We've seen them do Dag the Scythe a little earlier, but not in that way, and not necessarily just strictly going first. But here now we're trying to see how does Prankids actually deal with Dino and what it's trying to do. Namely, it's usually been non-engine cards, such as let's say there can be only one, or Ice Dragon's Prison, trying to edge it out from there. But it seems like within engine, it's very difficult to be able to squeeze out a win. So we're looking for how they plan to answer that. Maybe they don't, maybe they do. We'll try to figure out this game.
Yeah, this is probably the best they can do is putting monsters that can't get booked face down. But in the face of Dugaris Conductor, this is still game, right? 7,000 attacking both of them. Like, I think it's still lethal. Actually, it might not be because the Doodle has an extra 1,000 attack from. Oh, but with Lost World, it is because they would both lose 500 attack. So Lost World Dugaris Conductor still is 10,000 damage over both of these, which is ridiculous, right?
Has the Bow Wow used its effect?
Droll.
Okay.
Bow Wow has used its effect. Okay, Droll will likely stop that. Droll will likely stop an OTK.
Like Droll is their go-to answer for the Dino matchup. I haven't seen a Lancia yet, which is interesting. I have yet to see a single Lancia, I feel like, this tournament.
Yeah, I think we've seen like one. Like literally one, I think was milled off of a Chaos Roller and is not even what they picked. So.
Well, maybe he still just finds a way. Like if he just hard opened the Conductor.
I can't imagine. I can't imagine this would be. I mean, this does a lot actually. So he's gonna get to send the Giant Rex. Another tech that kind of mitigates Droll, right? Is if you can't search, Ovi can still send. Ovi's a ridiculous card. It has two effects, So now it gets send Giant Rex. Now the Misk will get to banish the Giant Rex and itself to summon a level 2, likely a Petit Trinodon, Petit Trinodon, maybe a Baby Ceratosaurus. Doesn't really matter. And then the Giant Rex will come back.
And then at least sets up a Dweller for the following turn.
I'm not sure ashing this is even relevant, right? I think he's thinking he might have a Skullmeister or an Ash or something. I'm not even sure stopping this is relevant because I think the real thing you really want is the Giant Rex here, right? Which he still gets. Now he can make a rank 4. Not entirely sure what that does. Could be a Castel on Doodle, right? Castel on Doodle could be something that we see, and the next turn you just launch the Pank into the Bow Wow, or at least into the normal summon. So Castel, if they are on that, because we've seen other Dino players in their group play Castel. I think it was his teammate, I believe, summoned the Castel, right? I believe. I could be wrong.
I think it was probably Christian, but like...
Yeah, but
I mean, they definitely play Castel. That was just like a thing in their group for a long time. I remember when you first summoned that against me. I'm just like, okay.
Yes.
But like,
so a Castel on the Doodle would be pretty good. Castel on the Doodle, he can't kill these by battle or by card effect. So Castel is the only
as much as Castel on the Doodle would be fine. It's still like you're still spend your entire field doing that.
Yeah.
You don't have a Misk Engrave anymore. It seems very expensive. I feel like maybe Dweller is a little safer. Like they're allowed to get a couple of resources back, or maybe you make the decision that you need them to have nothing. You put them on literally don't have any more cards, but at the cost of you not having any more cards.
Yeah,
like just a lone Castel.
Definitely,
I'm not really sure which one's better.
Depends on what Paolo still has in his hand for the follow up, but those are probably the options here. Are either Dweller or Castel. So if he Castels the Doodle, and then he probably Pancratopses the Bow Wow at some point on his opponent's next turn. Maybe just Pancratopses a normal summon, if anything,
I mean, if you wanted to, like...
I'm not sure if we know any of the cards in his hand. I'll be honest, I wasn't really tracking the hand based on what was added back with...
It's very possible the ones that were added back were used for Pandemonium.
Huh? Well, yeah, that's what I'm saying, is I'm not sure if he... I was not hand tracking the 2 he added back with Dodo and the 2 he added back with Bow Wow. I'm not sure if those are all accounted for.
I feel like we didn't even get to see that part of the game because we came into this.
That is true. We likely did. But I was not tracking that. Which when I'm playing a game I usually will, but definitely wasn't from this
Yeah.
point. But yeah, a Zeus could be
Dolka.
interesting.
Okay.
A
Oh, Zeus would
Zeus
be
would be
interesting as well.
okay.
Actually, I hadn't
But I
considered that. I
think
haven't seen them
he's
summon a Zeus yet.
yeah, but
Maybe that's in their deck.
I don't think he's going for it. I'm not even certain that would be the best option here, but
I think Dolka is actually quite fine in this scenario. You cover a lot of your bases here.
so this is 3,000 attack, I believe. Right?
Just to hit for 600.
And then hits for 300, yeah. And likely passing it back here. Let's see. Is Dolka? This seems so underwhelming. But he is going to launch the Pank for the Dodo, right?
Is Dota the one we go for here? Like just because it adds a
Because it's the one that can activate. Bow Wow cannot activate till the next turn,
enough.
right? So he's taking this one turn at a time. And let's just cut him off the Dodo for sure.
Oh,
And
there's
so
an
the
old
LCS, that's the one I believe. I will assume we knew that was there. I assume that was what was, like added back and whatever. Oh,
He's
that's
ending main phase.
rough. Well, because Lampsey's 2,500. This was a huge oversight. If Lampsey's was known to be in the hand, which from what chat tells me it was, this was a huge oversight making the Dolka. Huge oversight, I would say. Yeah. Whew,
Yeah.
that is backbreaking. But let's hop over and see what's going on in the third match. It looks like Gabriel Nets lost game one. So all three of them lost game one? Or did Dino win game one of here? I don't really remember.
Dino
won game one. Okay. So Dino won game one. We did.
Interesting
how
that worked out, right? Against the
Yeah.
dragon, he wins.
Yeah.
But the prank is both interesting.
Mm-hmm.
So now, watching Dragon Combo again, Anti-Spell, I definitely think it covers the base of the Shadal fusion cards, I
Oh
suppose.
yeah, for sure.
I wonder what this levy actually hit.
Yeah, I'm curious.
Typically, when they Phantasma me, if I have Tidying, I want to protect the Tidying more than I care about any given card in their hand. So I actually use Levy's Destroy effect more often than not to get rid of the Phantasma to protect my Tidying, because the same thing as essentially hitting a card in a random card in their hand. Two forms of interruption here.
Yeah. Having the OV not relying on a spell is obviously nice when there's an anti-spell face up on the field, but Pill, right? Cuts off Pill for the turn. That's a big one.
Yeah.
Even if he didn't draw, it also obviously cuts off Lost World and Fossil Dig and all that, and Prosperity and everything, but even if he didn't draw any of those, it cuts off Pill. So the engine itself is hampered by this for sure.
So without Pill itself, how much can you do? Because it's not like a Pill cannot be activated. There are still Tornado Dragons in the extra deck to remove this anti-spell.
Yeah, but is Tornado really going to get through Hot Red and the Sphere? Well, I guess Misk will protect your dinosaurs, so you can make Tornado or just Pank right off the bat. So that's probably what he does. If he searches Pank, he definitely needs this to kill the anti-spell, right? So, and there's no,
I would even go so far as just getting rid of the Abyss and then just playing and then Tornado Dragon the anti-spell, right?
That's reasonable, I suppose. But regardless, Pankratops is a crucial piece, right? Crucial piece to break this puzzle.
I wonder how the board got to this point. So something was Ash, clearly.
He's going to launch the Pank for the anti-spell first action. So now he's got his spells back online.
So we'll see what that does. Maybe he activates Fossil Dig?
Potentially.
See just how many cards removing that anti-spell turn back on.
I mean, Phantasm...
Dark Ruler.
Whoa. That's a good one. I was going to say,
yeah.
say Phantasma actually protects Tornado Dragon from Hot Red anyway. So...
You're right.
That was like a,
Well, unfortunately, we cannot do infinite damage. to make up for the Dark Ruler. So, but we can just
Yeah.
still try to clear it up. Okay,
Well, he was
prosperity.
very
That
spell
works
heavy
out
hand.
fine,
Very spell
I
heavy hand.
suppose. Those are some good spells. So in theory, the seal would get him to safer. Boot Sector is able to summon back like up to 3 rocket monsters. It's a Chaos Ruler in the grave as well. No tiding that we can see
Mm-hmm.
anywhere. So a little more difficult to be able to get access to Recharger, but definitely a lot of follow-up for Dragon because knowing now that it will not be dying. And this prosperity seems like it's going to be very, very important.
Yeah. How much damage do you think Dino needs to do to kill through Dark Ruler? 11 billion? Like, you know, I mean,
Yeah, yeah,
it's
like
just as long as we're just getting up there. Like, we've seen it go through prosperity 3 times. You know, so, ugh. Wow.
well, that's a
That
lot
is
of,
the
that's a lot of
worst
cards you cannot
prosperity
use,
I've
and
ever
then
seen.
yeah.
That is literally unplayable.
No, I mean you kind of just have to take the Ash to like make sure
Yeah,
the seal doesn't get safer, right?
I guess.
Like that's just the most it's gonna do right now.
That is just, oh, that's
But
rough.
that's the thing, like that's the thing right now, because OV already used its search. It doesn't really have anything to bring back. How are you even clearing this abyss? How are you clearing either of these?
I don't know how you're,
They're just
yeah.
there to stay. He might even go so far as to seal back his own Levineer. Oh, it adds an OV. Okay. That's interesting.
For next turn, I guess, assuming there is a next turn.
Okay, so the linking
Oh, he's gonna
for
shit all
Credit
Vegan from the
Plan.
deck here, yeah, and just clear out the
I wonder if
graveyard.
it's gonna. I wonder if he's going for Super Poly here.
Oh, Super Poly, that could be good.
Oh,
Oh,
conductor. Hello.
hello. Yes, hello, conductor. Uh, it's definitely possible. I think he's just gonna aerial to clear out the graveyard, right?
Yeah, yeah. That's. I think
And
that's
then
pretty solid.
you clear maybe you just clear the rockets and no, because dragon kills boot, and then you banish chaos ruler,
Wow, the
chamber
Shadal
maybe,
card's really
yeah.
coming in hot here.
Whoa, that is a lot of value. That was like specifically a ton of value.
Yeah,
Like very specifically.
yeah. Like
That's something else.
that is the difference that normally comes in this matchup.
Maybe
'Cause
you do
normally,
just.
if he didn't,
I
if he
think you're
wasn't able to
right.
do that, it was 100% a loss.
I think you do just keep the ash actually. So I think you take ash off the prosperity, so you can ash this here, and then he has no cards into Winda, right? Because now, I mean, I guess it to be completely frank, I don't think it matters. I think he loses almost every time,
Yeah.
but the fact that this ash, this like if that was just ash, right, instead of the OV that he took, he ashes this. He literally has 0 cards, and then you have Winda Conductor to your opponent's literal 0 cards. Now he gets to add his turn. He gets to start his turn by adding back Levy, which isn't a lot, but it definitely. I mean,
Yeah, no, Predaplan for Shadal Fusion in the to beat the Dragon matchup is actually such a cool tech. Like, I don't think it could be done without it because of what simply everything that he puts out, right? Window was already such a crazy floodgate, but the aerial and the dragon getting rid of the boot sector, that was huge, and it's what Dino was missing in this matchup.
yeah,
And I understand how they made it to the finals, beating as many as they did.
for sure.
So okay, this is what's being contested here. Obviously, uh, OV versus Ash, like they would have made sure the safer wouldn't be here, but I don't think this Levineer particularly matters as much. He will use it as his one summon. He gets to pop the Anaconda and the Tyranno, but then OV gets to like, kind of just like seal the deal on the next turn, assumingly. I don't know how much OV can do by itself, but he can't really pose too much of a threat. And you get to link away the window, and you get to actually add back the Shadal fusion.
Yeah, you do, don't you? Oh man. So then I mean, I doubt he plays. I don't think he plays another Shadal in his deck, but he might. He might play a third one, but I doubt it. I think
I wouldn't like. I believe there's a beast in there. I don't know. Like,
Probably not with Prosperity. I imagine Beast is probably not live that often.
sure,
To be
sure.
honest. So maybe Falco if you're feeling feisty.
Okay.
But
I do see this deck bricking a lot more. There are definitely a lot more bricks in this version of the deck, but we haven't really been seeing those. we've been seeing 20,000 damage very
Yeah.
consistently.
Yeah. Gonna start off with Levy.
Yeah, I mean, I
You
suppose like what
could
else are
you
you
could
gonna do, right? You get
conceivably just
one, you might as
levy the
well use the
Ovi out
most
of the
impactful.
hand, to be honest. Like not it's not the best, but you reasonably could levy to take the Ovi away. And then, try again next turn. But
Try again next turn. That's a lot to ask for against Dino
it
on next
is.
turn.
So he's thinking about, well, I mean, you have to pop, because if you don't pop, then wait, what? Oh, okay, yes. 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 Like if you don't pop, then oh, okay. He did declare Levy. I thought that he was thinking about using Levy or attacking Winda, and I'm sitting here like, what? But whatever. Ah,
Another
that
anti-spell?
doesn't matter.
I
In the
mean,
face of Oviraptor, that does not really matter. It might actually. Well, no. I think you just you just you just summon Ovi search conductor. You don't have enough dinos engraved to summon it actually.
well, I mean, you do as soon as you link away, right?
I don't really want to link away this window, to be
Fair
honest.
enough, yeah.
I think this window is just fine right where she
Where,
is.
yeah.
And no matter what way you slice it, this between the combination of his own window and opponent's anti-spell, I don't think he can get to another conductor right now. So
What was that? So, oh, it's still
he's
searching.
still searching.
Yeah, the card in hand is just the card drawn for turn. All right.
Yeah.
Very well. I'm trying to think like what the dragon player can draw to get out of the situation. Like drawing a safer to like send itself at a level 4, adds back Levineer, gets to summon it, gets to attack. Like that's like reasonable, right? But
Oh, he just drew the conductor. Oh my god.
word, okay. Sure, we'll just swing in. I'm used to Winda not being able to
I'm
attack, but
so
like it's just
shook. I'm
I just this game is over.
Oh
So
man. Okay. Well, incredible.
okay,
All
so
right. So now we've got the Prank Kid matches. We got just Dino versus Prank Kids both here, and let's
mhm.
pick Gabriel's, I guess, because we saw Paolo already in the other one. So, and the replay client is just turboing through this one.
Very interesting. What they're in just game 2, right? They're still in
I
game
believe
2.
so. And now we're caught up. It looks like this is game 2. Yeah.
Hmm.
And there are no hand traps of any sort. Well, Gamma was activated, and then Tactics and Instant Fusion were used.
Where did the gamma go?
No, it's banished.
It's not on mine. That's sick.
No,
Okay.
it's what? What do you mean? See? Look, right there. We. Oh, yours is glitched? All right, awesome.
Oh no 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 no, they're there. Okay, okay, never mind.
So
No.
I have to assume this back row is something that stops Conductor, or else this was all for nothing.
Hmm.
Right? Or else Conductor is just destroying everything.
Like, what do you think it is? A prison?
I reasonably.
Well, okay, that plays around
There can
prison
be
pretty
only
well.
one. There could be only one, right?
Oh yeah, that's okay. That's a good one. Oh no, but he has 2 aquas on the board. Oh, judgment. Oh, well.
The non-dino side is Prank Kid's Dragon and then another Prank Kid. It's two
Hmm.
it's two Prank Kids and Dragon against 3 Dinosaur. Okay.
Oh, I'm
For
popping over to
2.
just like between matches in side B. Paolo finally summoned a Pentastag.
Good. So, Judgment to stop the Ovi there. We just see Misk for 2.
Yeah, I mean, he has to, like, right?
Yeah, but
And now, does he have to use his battle face
I
just to
would.
even, like,
I was gonna say
try to find a
I
Novi?
would hope a Misk for one if he has a dinosaur anywhere, right? Then the game
Hmm.
like if he had a dinosaur, if his last card was any dinosaur, then Misk for one was just game. But
It was a lot, yeah.
well, because after Judgment, right?
Yeah, yeah,
Is
like,
that
yeah, it was just gonna swing through.
yeah?
But I suppose it won't be that simple.
Weather
Right.
Washer. Oh, now we can't even get a token because Weather Washer
Hmm.
will summon two men,
All right, like,
two children.
we are seeing exactly what I came here to see. How Dino beats Dragon and how
Oh,
Pink,
oh,
how,
not enough. No non-dino.
yep,
Wait,
this is how Pranks
couldn't he have
beats
just wait a
Dino.
minute? Hang on. Am I missing something?
What were you hoping he
If
would
he
do?
just summoned an Archosaur instead of
Okay.
this, makes Linkuriboh, makes Secure Gardener.
Hmm. Did he just miss that?
I
Like,
before anybody says, what if he banished him off prosperity? I refuse to believe that is what happened. Unless maybe he
oh,
did.
wait, he's under prosperity,
He's
so it's
under.
just half damage.
Well,
That's
yeah,
probably why.
his opponent's at 35.
So he was only doing like 4K, right? Or like, oh no, let's see, for what 2000.
They're all
Uh,
minus 500 attack because of this.
sure. So
Anyway,
2000,
so
3000.
it might not have been lethal, but surely
Why would you not? Yeah,
why
yeah.
would you not? Yes. Because the Weather Washer is face up on the field. You shouldn't be shocked that the Weather Washer cut off Lost World,
Hmm.
right?
Yeah,
So
that's interesting. Yeah.
I
So
don't understand or agree with anything that I just saw that last one. But perhaps there is. I will give him the benefit of the doubt, and I probably missed some interaction, but it's a no.
yeah, we're seeing a lot of interesting Dino mishaps, perhaps. Like
Yeah.
or maybe our lack of understanding is just so high that I don't even know.
Yeah, I hope it's not that my lack of understanding is so high that I don't know what's going that I just don't know what any of these cards do. But like I'm pretty sure Archosaur, and then you make Linkuriboh, then Secure Gardener, and then you activate Pill, and then you win? Question mark?
Yeah.
I don't know. Then you win, maybe. Like okay, well,
I don't understand how this game state happened. Clearly, the Pentestag, like the Pentestag was made to not attack. Like he is at full. Um, I don't know how it happened, but there's a Dark Ruler used now after Dweller's been activated, and then we're just gonna go for Phoenix effect here, draw a card. I can't tell what's happening here. Do we know what game this is? Is this also game two? I would imagine so. This match has been going so fast.
it might not have been game. I'm thinking about it, but it would have cleared everything. Wait a minute. The Bow Wow summoned off of Weather Washer, or was it Doodle that was summoned off of Weather Washer? And it matters. I think it was Doodle that was summoned off of Weather Washer. So you can hit the Bow Wow first, and then it dies, and then Doodle. So it would have been game. It would have been exactly 3,500. It would have been 500 burn over each Prank Kid, which would be 1,500. Then the Bow Wow is at 15 because it's losing 500 from Lost World. So that's 2,000 halved to 1,000. Then the Doodle's at 15, and you attack that, and that's exactly lethal. It's exactly 3,500.
Well, and then by the way, like this is obviously assuming that Archosaur is not popping anything. He knew the last card in hand was Pill, so
Yeah,
I
his
just
last
don't
card in
know.
hand was Pill, which he could have made live by summoning the Link 1. Unless he
Maybe.
banished Linkuriboh Secure Garden, which I can't fathom why you would do that.
Mhm.
Right? Especially when your last card in hand is like when you have a pill in your hand and you need to make it like I don't know. I'm not sure why that would have been the case. But and if neither of the links were summoned off Weather Washer, then even better. Then it's guaranteed. Then but I'm pretty. I thought Doodle was. I thought Doodle was summoned off Weather Washer, but as long as it wasn't Bow Wow specifically, then the pill would have been lethal. So not sure, but it's all on Paolo now, and I
I feel
believe
like
he's
Paolo's in a pretty
down.
commanding position
Is
so
this?
far.
But this is game 2, I believe, right? Yeah, this is
Yeah,
game
this should
2.
be game two.
Current, yes. This is the final match. This is match B of the finals of the tournament. So the winner of this match here between these two players, their team wins.
Yeah, so it's Paulo versus Killian is the actual names here.
And
Okay.
Paulo takes it. So, game 3 of match 3 of the finals. The winner of this, it all comes down to this. And none of the other 15 hours of tournament matter at all. It's all just the next 15 minutes are the only games that mattered. Everyone else could have just stayed home, and it could have just been these two people playing one game, deciding the whole tournament. But, yeah, I think this is kind of what it's Prank Kids getting to start, and I think it really is going to be, are they going to see their tech cards? Are they going to see they're going to be only one? Are they going to see Droll? Are they going to see Ice Dragon's Prison? Or are they just going to have Prank Kids cards and just die to Conductor, right? That's kind of what this weekend has been, I think. It's what we've seen a lot of the time.
So the one thing is there are many of those cards that like work that way, right?
Absolutely. They will see no Droll, any Lightning Storm for 4. That is what chat has predicted.
I like that one.
Well, it all comes down to this. I imagine this game will be played at a snail's pace as all 3 players from each team will be focused on this, right? And
and they have plenty of time,
every
right?
decision will be them speaking. Yeah,
They have 20 minutes to play this game. I like at least 20 minutes, I think, to play this game out. I don't even know what the time. Like, actually, does finals have time? I don't even know if they do. Okay, so yeah, Prank Kids is going first. He does have a couple options to draw as well. I'm not even sure. Like, have we seen Desires in this Prank Kids build?
I don't think so.
Okay.
I'm actually almost fairly certain we haven't. And by that I mean we haven't seen it activated. That doesn't mean it isn't there, right?
Yeah. I mean, like Roxy's can like dig for a card here. Like, you know, you can cycle just a bit to try to find these
And
cards.
Pranks
You are playing
draws
a
an
lot of
extra
them, right?
card.
Like there are 9 of them.
Yeah.
Well, Fancies is the best one to open with.
Is it?
Yeah, it's the one that puts the one in the grave. Gamma.
Well, I mean, assuming that you don't get stopped, I don't think you get to Fansies next anyway, right? Like, so
Yeah.
I guess it's, I don't know. And
Like Roxy's is the worst one to start with. Let's just
Yeah,
say.
Roxy's the worst one to start with. So
Oh, okay. Still has another one.
arguably, you shouldn't normal summon Fansies if you think it's the most relevant effect. Yeah.
You know, protecting the like go Chain Link 1, Chain Link 2 there.
Mm-hmm. If Fansies is the most relevant effect, then you probably don't normal summon it, right? Because you have the Pandemonium for that. Like, I guess. But there.
I mean, maybe you value the 1,000 life gain higher. You never know how much of those you need.
Yeah, of course. You might.
None of it really
That's
matters.
true. I didn't think about that. Against Dino, you might actually value the 1,000 life gain higher. That is possible.
All right, Doodle Lamp. Oh, getting pranks. Okay.
Well, because he already has access to Pandemonium, yeah? Or it's in Grave, so I guess he adds it back.
And this gets him another draw, right? You get to shuffle back 3 and draw.
In the end phase, yeah. So it can't dig for, like, there can be only one, but it can dig for a troll.
We can get
and stuff
for
that.
troll, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But the thing is, Lancia is also a card.
Mm-hmm.
Like we just haven't seen it yet, but like it's within reason that someone gets Lancia'd here.
It is definitely within reason that somebody gets Lancia'd here. Well, Paolo's probably not lancing his opponent right now. That would not make sense. Like, well, he might because then he would keep Gamma and Driver on the field. So that would actually
it would negate the Roxy's.
That would actually be.
But there's the Desires. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Cards we just haven't seen. Okay, so this is the first time we've seen Desires, even though it probably just should have been in there. So maybe this is the first time we'll see Lancia because it probably should be in there.
Mm-hmm.
Especially if you think like from the get go, hey, this is a hard matchup to win with your engine. You need to see these kind of cards, so you want to max out on them, right? Like
Yeah, for sure.
maybe. All right, there's the
Pranks.
pranks.
Making a
Summon a token
token.
here.
It's gonna make a token. Okay.
All right, so what's he discarding? Oh, just another
Extra
link. Okay.
an extra name.
Yep, there's Bow. Doodle already added back Pandemonium.
Yeah, he's just digging. I
All
think
right.
he's just digging. He doesn't
He
really
is for
want
sure just
more.
digging, yeah.
He might not even summon off this Roxy's, honestly. He might just dig for
Misclick
the
what?
think of yeah, exactly.
Okay,
Like
sure.
he might not even
Yeah.
summon off of it. I feel like it's reasonable that you don't, for all the reasons that we've talked about earlier.
And this
You're
deck
actually trying to
summon Dweller.
conglomerate
Like
what prank
technically it
hits.
just has to summon two Roxy's, but
Well, not Pandemonium. You can't after you Pandemonium.
yeah,
So
yeah, after you
it's very difficult. Turn one going first, it's almost impossible. Like it's very, very difficult. Or if you could, like you could, but it's like very inefficient compared to what you could be doing, right? So, yeah. In the version that just plays like actual polymerization, you could make Dweller or Toad or something, but I don't. That definitely has fallen out of favor. So.
right, yeah, just gets to put three back.
Gets the extra draw, digs for a potential hand trap. All in all, pretty successful turn, right? Like
I mean, there's only one set, so like the two
yeah,
bomb cards you kind of need are just not there. So there needs to be a hand trap here, given there could easily be a Lightning Storm in Paulo's hand, right?
yeah,
So
and there
maybe
could
the
just
back
be
row are where the least safe of ones to have.
it could just be hand traps as well, right? Like could be Dweller, like or not, Droll, like we've seen. But I actually think one of the safest ways to not die to Dinosaur is to just have no monsters on your field.
Like,
Right?
it really is.
Like
Makes it like
that's
the
crazy.
Dagaris on.
You still need to have some way to follow up, for your following turn. But
I mean, generally speaking, if you have six cards in hand, that's probably good
okay,
enough.
prosperity.
Look
All
at
right,
that prosperity.
I am
Very hard to beat.
reasonably certain he cannot. I don't think Dino can do 18,000 against 0 monsters. I don't think he can because all the times we've seen it, it is involved conductoring over a bunch of monsters or Shaddoll Fusion and Pankratops, which obviously Shaddoll Fusion and Pankratops are no longer options because there are no monsters on the field. Although with the Lost World token, that doesn't turn on Pankratops, but and still not that much anyway. So 18,000 damage seems
I mean, like
kind of unreasonable.
Lost Pro token is the same as you attacking directly.
Exactly,
So, like,
yeah.
it wouldn't change
Yeah,
anything.
yeah, yeah. Well, no, I'm thinking more of like, does that ever let them summon Pankratops? But I don't think they can ever clear their field,
Yeah.
right?
So these are some interesting choices. Like actually, a lot of those are quite good. Going for the Lost World. Will we see a Droll?
Yeah, and there was no Feather Duster either, which I think at this point probably
You know,
not relevant. Droll.
there's a Droll.
And there is no Gamma because Gamma is banished, so there has to be a call by the grave.
It's also safe to assume there's no Lancia because I feel like that Lancia might have been shotgun because you're not afraid of
Yeah,
Gamma,
there's no Gamma.
and that prevents the prosperity from being activated.
Yeah, also plays around tactics because when there's no Gamma, right? Like you might as well just play around tactics, if possible.
But I think at this point, like they might have enough information to literally just build their deck list. So if we haven't seen a tactics yet, I just don't think it's in there.
Yeah, I don't remember if we've seen one. I think we might have actually, but I don't remember. I think it's like actually
Really?
possible. No, that was in the Zoo Tri Brigade deck that we saw. Yeah.
Funny thing, economic events, that's not legal. You cannot answer that question.
I'm also pretty sure since he used oh well, so I would probably answer the ones I got off Bow Wow, but I would definitely never like you would definitely with the new policy like The ones added off Dodo from the previous turn, especially there've been more cards drawn and like stuff like that and shuffled back or whatever. There's no way that's legal. The Bow Wow, maybe. It's like that was like I think that was literally the last thing that happened. But
Yeah, yeah.
yeah.
So yeah, normal summoning baby gets the token on the board. You can try to get to summon OV now, but like it's all kind of meaningless under Droll. What will we see happen here? What do you think Paulo is aiming to achieve here? What do you think he wants to end on to try to make sure that Prankit just isn't able to OTK him back on the next turn? I think main phase one, attempting to maybe Pandemonium
Yeah.
now? Is there
Maybe.
really anything to do?
I don't think you do that, but maybe. I
Hmm.
I really don't think you do. Oh, I think so what he's considering if he doesn't flip it now, the baby can kill the token, send Petite, Petite can get
Some
Pank, and then Pank
contain
can
some.
launch and kill the Pandemonium. But does that really like then what? Then he's not getting OV, right? Then he's not getting any access to OV, so it's like what are you really achieving?
Like, does he need this Pandemonium to like find lethal next
or
turn, basically?
or or is he just letting this Pandemonium be bait to prevent Ovi, right? Because if it is Pandemonium, or if he does do that line where he sends Petite and then gets Pankratops and then Pankratops kills the Pandemonium, he then has to have a Misk in hand that he held in some like elaborate bait for this,
Mhm.
right? Which is then he misks for Archosaur, and then Archosaur kills the baby Ceratosaurus, and it's like I just don't think that's what's gonna happen. I think more than likely his hand is pretty weak and he needs the Overraptor here, but I can guarantee you that's what they're discussing right now. Is they're discussing the merits of um you can't kill the baby. I don't think Droll prevents that. What? Oh, he can't use the Archosaur to kill the baby. That's what you mean. Okay. I was like, he can definitely do the Pank thing. Understandable. Yeah, so this is his only option to get Ovi is right here, which and then the other question is what does Ovi even do when it can't? You can like this just seems bad all around, right? This just seems very underwhelming all around. There's no real great avenue here, I don't think. But I think he's going for the Pankratops line. That's what it looks like.
I mean, technically that could still be OV, but
I
yeah.
guess it could still be Ovi, but I feel like you'd probably do it the other way if it was not. But maybe. Yep.
Oh,
So
yeah,
he's
here's
going to
the
be
thing.
panking the back row. Really wants to get rid of this Pandemonium.
That's strange because like, what does this really say about Paulo's hand here? He's very like limited on the round of resources he can do, but like,
Mm-hmm.
well, let's say without the Pandemonium, is Prankets able to do 8,000 damage to make
Not
sure
killing
Paulo
the
just doesn't have?
token. I guess there's no reason to kill a token, right?
I
They
don't
can't
think
really
so.
do anything with it. So if he has hard drawn conductor, that would be very strong.
Hard Summon Conductor would be kind of just what he needs here. So we don't know any of those three cards in hand, right? Because he got the Prosperity revealed Lost World, and
Yeah,
then
it
we just
did.
been playing with that information. So those three
Yep.
cards are completely unknown.
Means he got drolled immediately after.
I feel like there's no OV in there because I feel like you would just normal summon that into the Lost World still.
Yeah, for sure. And then you just like send Giant Rex or something, right? Like
Yeah,
anything.
yeah.
You just send literally anything, and then you just do like the OV like revive thing. So oh, it looks like it was hard drawn conductor. That's probably
All
best
right.
case
Well,
scenario. That's like
yeah,
pretty good, like all things considered.
yeah. It's like not bad at all at this point. Almost definitely still has a fighting chance here.
So this is some like random nonsense where if Prank Kids, if there's a Cerberus in his extra deck, he can pranks into a token, make Cerberus, kill the conductor. Conductor can never trigger. So randomly, Cerberus is just the craziest card imaginable in this specific instance.
I just don't think.
I don't think he plays Cerberus. I think it's possible he plays Unicorn or Phoenix or Phoenix. I don't think he plays Cerberus.
Because he plays access code, so it's like very possible that like you can have stuff to climb for that. But Cerberus is pretty rare.
We know we saw Phoenix game too. We did. You're right. We did see Phoenix, or maybe not this match, but we saw Phoenix of we definitely saw Phoenix.
At some point.
Yeah, for sure. Oh, game 2 he popped Lost World with Phoenix. Okay, I mean that's still an option here. Is popping Lost World with that would still probably be like. I think you have to
like what do you want to do here if he like makes Phoenix pops the Lost World attacks over the baby?
Yes, that's precisely what I'm thinking. Is that
then, like, you just can't know prank anymore, like do anything.
I mean,
even if Conductor had to tribute itself, like it doesn't threaten anything because he can't make Meow if he's locking his own extra monster zone with a Phoenix.
Yeah, I mean he can make a Unicorn and get rid of the Conductor then. Right,
yeah,
and that's a lot of cards, but it's like I don't know. I don't know what else you have to. And then pranks will get you cards back at least. Good. Like pranks gonna draw him a card in the end phase, so it's like as long as you can clear this board, Dino's on so few cards, and he's at 9,000. Again, I know how many times we've said 9,000 is not really safe, but
like it doesn't matter, right? Like I think the threshold was 25,000. That was the number we couldn't reach.
Also, Pank is banished, and he'll be on 3 cards, right? Mm-hmm. Assuming it goes as follows: make token, make Phoenix, kill Lost World. Phoenix attacks over baby. Normal summon. You now are either forced to Conductor or you make a Unicorn on the Conductor. Right? Either way, it like mitigates the Conductor.
And then, you don't get any value either because all the prank kids only trigger if they're used for the link or they're used as material to summon a prank kids monster, so they wouldn't trigger off summoning Unicorn.
But then pranks will shuffle 3 back and draw an extra card in the end phase, so you do refill your own hand for the following turn. So as long as you can clear this and then get another turn, you might be okay. Obviously, we have no idea what's in his hand, but I'm pretty sure he has 3 prank kids in his hand. So of the 6 cards, I'm pretty sure 3 are just prank kids.
Yeah, like,
you can make Phoenix with 2 tokens because they're tokens with different names. This is a Lost World token, and then this is a Prank Kids token. So you can make Phoenix with those.
Well, he's definitely in the tank. Hopefully, it's one of the options he considers.
Yeah,
but maybe he finds a line that like just baits out the Tyranno. I mean, this could be a whole for Naughton just activates Droplet and then negates the Tyranno entirely.
That is true. Again, obviously, we don't know the hand, but with my knowledge of it being 3 prank kids, I'm assuming he doesn't have. That does something, I guess. I don't think if I'm summoning Pankratops, I am turn player priority tributing it, so we can't ever activate Conductor.
Yes.
Oh no, this is a disaster. Actually, asking anything is crazy. Because it means you're like passing priority, which you don't have to, and in fact shouldn't do. You should tribute this as cost immediately.
To be fair, it just thinks that if he baits the Conductor now on a Pank, like that's probably just fine.
That's probably fine. You could be right. Maybe that is good enough, but I feel like I'm gonna. Ugh.
Yeah, chain to pop the Lost World, and then it's still like summons the baby, but then you're able to just play your entire Prank Kid's turn, and I think that's like fairly reasonable, right?
Yeah. This summons a token also. If Paolo wants it, he can give his opponent a token because Pankratops is a dinosaur. I don't know what a second token would do, but maybe putting it in some zone that matters. If he puts another Lost World token under the other extra monster zone, that might actually not let him summon enough prank kids. What are the arrows? Aren't the arrows all down? Yeah, all the arrows are down. He can't target conductor. You're right. He can't target conductor because of the token. So he has to launch it on the Lost World then.
Lost World. Lost World.
Oh god, I don't like this Pankratops at all.
I like it when Paulo goes hard.
I know. I don't like summoning Pankratops here. I don't like it at all. Oh no, I really don't like summoning Pankratops here. I don't want to give my opponent a chance to get the baby Ceratosaurus, but it's like
I don't think we want to tunnel on like the Phoenix Unicorn play being like the only line.
I know, but I just well, no, that's not even what I'm because this doesn't contest.
Like what really happens if he's able to like summon an OV here? Like he's set up for next turn.
Because now that I'm seeing this, I'm thinking about the Phoenix more. If you do the Phoenix line, then it means this Pankratops can kill the conductor. Because you do the Phoenix with all tokens, right? You kill the Lost World. Then you summon Pank. And you launch the Pank at the conductor. Then you normal summon a Prank Kid, right? Well, sort of, maybe not.
Yes, but like, you have to link away with.
Oh, then you're still locked. Then you're still locked with the Phoenix. It's tough. It's this is tough.
I mean, yeah, there are 6 heads on this play right now. All right, Paolo might have come to a decision here. He's typing up.
I know.
He said okay.
Okay. They don't. All right. So I guess we're attempting to
think back. All right.
We're attempting to battle phase. I guess I don't even know.
I don't think you go into battle phase. Do you? Like,
I mean,
I guess no. That's probably fine. I suppose that forces it out.
I think you have to, right? Okay. Now he's doing the thing with pranks. Let's see what's going on. So the Prank Kids token has a different name from the token that was given to him off Lost World. So he can use this for any sort of nightmares.
Is a Durag token.
Yes.
And this is a Prank Kids token. Mm-hmm. So different names. Doesn't look any different on DB screen, but they are different cards.
Additionally, as long as this new token is on the field, he also can't target because of Lost World. Correct. So this new token also applies for Lost World's...
any vanilla, like any token, yes, right? Not vanilla per se, but like, Lost World can protect any vanilla, but like...
Well, your opponent controls a token. They cannot target monster on the field, with except normal monsters. Oh no, except tokens, actually. They can only target tokens, is what it does. Whew.
They cannot target any other monsters but tokens. He can, in fact, target the Lost World, though.
Yes.
Relevant to you.
Which he might do, which he probably has to do, right? I'm just really not sure. I don't like this Pank. I mean, I guess he had to summon Pank first before making the token, right? Unless he was going to link with the tokens, which I imagine.
If you link with the token, it's just really
you had to.
Fine, but...
I'm not sure. So
using player priority with Pank might have been something they're missing as well.
Well. So the argument is now you can, if he lets this resolve, you can unicorn, right? You can go for unicorn. If he says the summon's fine, then you go for unicorn. Then he needs to have a misc to like live. But then even if he has a misc, right? So you go unicorn, target conductor, he chains misc. Then you still battle, kill the baby Ceratosaurus. Then you normal summon a Prank Kid, and then you have to conductor that. And then, unless his last card in hand is another baby, I think you might just still win, honestly. Because you've gotten rid of all of his cards, you know what I mean? Like, you've baited out all the cards, and Pranks gives you another draw. Paolo's avenues to victory, I think, are very, very narrow here, right? There are, I can see many... I don't see many ways he wins this game. Obviously, it's possible. Like, they can, there's still a lot of game to be played. This is a pretty complex game state. I think, like, deceptively complex, but I don't see that many ways he wins this game.
We've also seen many times before Paulo's opponents just shaking up, like they're just making very silly mistakes and allowing Paulo to win situations that seem unwinnable. So maybe if he's holding his just protagonist skill.
But the more I thought about this one, the more I like it. This is what I was trying to. This is what I would have hoped to avoid when playing all of these things. Right? Is just. So now, surely you chain Pank, or else it's just set face down, and you like. Yeah,
I mean you kind of just have to, right?
Yeah. I I don't know why you wouldn't. And you kill the Lost World, I guess.
Yeah, it protects you just like a
Yeah.
little bit. So he gets
See,
cycles baby
this is
now.
one of
To
those
set himself up for next
that I
turn.
would have liked to like. Ugh, when the token resolved, I would have liked to pank immediately.
Mhm.
You know, oh, he's Ash for the
Oh,
baby anyway, so none of this mattered at all. Well,
I
now
see.
I guess he wins? Question mark.
Maybe
Yep. Now I
like
think Prank Kid just runs away with this probably. So he had the tools he needed
like
to play through
it's
this. I
interesting
think.
because access code or something actually just becomes very simple now using the tokens that are left on the field because any normal summon prank kids obviously points down and it's very easy to climb up from there.
Yeah, but he's gonna have to make like I mean he's gonna have to make a Phoenix with these, I guess, which is reasonable, right?
Yeah, it's fine. Like,
And then he makes an access code
those are fine.
eventually. Yeah.
Until he has to spend money and he's not restricted to any of that.
Yeah. So
It comes down to, like there being a misc now to protect this conductor.
that is
Still,
yeah. There could, but even if there is, I don't think. So that's the problem, right? Is this is one of those where like every time I tried to play this turn, I tried to find a way to cut off the baby, but he had Ash for the baby, and now that knowing he had Ash, I actually maybe would have preferred to just do it what I was thinking earlier, and you just don't then you just kill the baby and you put him on 0 cards and then have Ash for his next turn anyway.
yeah.
Right?
Like, I
That's
feel
kind
like
of what
Rose is
I'm
only out to even like see another turn as misc here and just having the ash for the misc just immediately ends the game, right?
yeah, that's what I'm trying to work out.
He's making doodle
Oh,
do.
that was a Prank Kids token. I was going to say, can you do that? But it is a Prank Kids token, so you can do that, yeah. And now he just has this one token that he can maybe use for something eventually, like a
It's awkward,
Phoenix.
right? Because like what else can you do with that token other than make like a phoenix? But I suppose that's just not a concern here.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
They've definitely had enough time to think about. Like even if there is a misc at this point, the battle phase conductor will be just removed. So misc will just have to play with 2 cards, like 2 cards in hand, being able to summon maybe
Yeah.
either Archosaur or up to I suppose 3. So like just another 2. Really, there's no 3.
So I'm trying to work out what Paulo's hand is, and it's like, well, it can't be more hand traps because he would have used them on the turn 1. Unless it was specifically the card he drew as his 6th could be a hand trap. So we're working with one unknown that could be like a hand trap or something, literally as the 6th card, or cards that couldn't have functioned under Droll. And cards that couldn't function under Droll obviously get stopped by Ash, which is another reason why I would have preferred to save Ash. But you Ash, like in the situation where we are, you know, once we've gotten this far, I think you do Ash that Baby Ceresaurus every time. But
Yeah,
that's
so
true.
we still have to play-
Could also
do
be
another
Shadal
Crank
engine
Draw
cards,
for
right?
later.
Could also be Shadal monsters or Shadal fusion.
Mhm. Banishing a Gamma.
Yeah,
All right.
reasonable.
All right. He has to do 7,000 damage. 500 will be covered by this Lampsies right here.
Yeah.
So, is there like let's say there was a misc involved. Access code is obviously the easiest line to victory. If there was a misc, is there still a way to do 7,000 through that? Probably not into 3,200 defense because that's a lot of damage to try to put up. But I think it's within reason for him to be able to come up with a lot here. I wonder if you ever just like, do you think he can set up a toad?
I don't think he has enough from here to do that because he needs to have two prank kids floating, which he only has one, right? He needs to have 2 kids floating at the same time to get to 2 dropsies, which it doesn't look like that to be the case.
Oh, the thing is, I guess this doodle do can add back Pandemonium and Place.
Yeah.
Place can get him to a different name, and then when you activate well, I suppose if you activate Pandemonium, that doesn't
Yeah.
that eliminates
He's
all
also
of
a
that
normal
as a
summoner.
variable. So then it becomes that is still the way he can get to multiple names. Where do you like? Is there a lethal within just the Pranked names themselves? Because there is like a lot of damage manipulation that you can
The
do
way
with just
the way I've worked out that has to be unicorn every time is the way that I've been working this out. And then this is going to make I think a link 2, like a Bow Wow, and then this Lampsies will summon something, and then whatever this Lampsies summons will go into access code,
I feel like the game's over now.
which is actually only 75. Wait. Oh, yeah, you can make that, but it just doesn't. Okay, I understand. That's only 70. Oh no, that's 7,300. Yep. That's enough. After the Lampsey's burning twice, that's 7,300 damage. So there needs to be a Nibiru, or else the game is
I don't
over.
haven't seen them play Nibiru yet,
Yeah,
so
I
I
haven't seen
don't
them
think.
play Nibiru either. End main. G.
GG.
And that is it. Both prank
Both the
kids
prank kids
beating
won.
Dino. I'm shocked. I'm actually
Yeah, right.
shocked. I thought this was just the most unwinnable matchup, and evidently not. Evidently,
I did everything I wanted to learn within this. Like,
yeah.
given the answer was the same, it needed to be
So
non-engine.
you know
But
what's
like,
crazy? I think of all the prank kids matches that we watched today, we didn't see a single one summon Battle Butler.
yeah, yeah,
Battle Butler was summoned 0 times.
because that's just really not what they're trying to do within
Yeah.
these matchups as
And
well.
in this matchup, because I think we saw Prank Kids versus Dinosaur almost every time, and you play it like a totally different deck against that. I have to say, I really like how, yeah, that was very well played, I will say. Definitely played that, like, very counterintuitively to how I think Prank Kids is played against every other matchup, and definitely showed a lot of knowledge from the two Prank Kids players on this team to navigate that so well. So, yeah.
Dragon wins again. Anyway.